Hey everyone, Purple Celery here. It's been a while since I posted a video, mostly because there's been no real Doctor Who news to report on, no new episodes to review. But today I thought that I'd post a new video about my recent experience this weekend just gone at Supanova on the Gold Coast, where Doctor Who stars Peter Capaldi and Pearl Mackie were appearing. For those of you outside of Australia, Supanova is basically a pop culture convention that happens in the major Australian cities every year. It's a little bit like Comic-Con in the USA, in that people dress up, there's lots of cosplay, there's various actors and cartoonists and writers appearing. But I'm going to skip ahead just for one moment and talk about the superhero parade that happened right outside my hotel the morning after I went to Supanova. And I got a bit of footage of Peter Capaldi and Pearl Mackie appearing, as you're about to see. So getting back to Supanova the previous day, Capaldi and Mackie did a Q&A session. Now unfortunately there was no flash photography and no filming allowed inside the Q&A, so out of respect to Supanova I didn't film their appearance. I did manage to get a photo which I will put up over this video, and I thought that I'd do a bit of a recap of some of the more interesting questions that they were asked. So one of the first questions that both actors were asked was basically, how did you get the role? Peter Capaldi basically said that he was just going about his day-to-day life, being an actor. The BBC called him up and offered him the role. Mackie didn't have quite the same experience because she wasn't as well known as Peter Capaldi. She actually had to audition for the role of Bill Potts for season 10. So she was saying that she auditioned for the role, she got a call back, and during the call back, Stephen Moffat was there, Peter Capaldi was there, she did like another read-through. Somewhat amusingly, she was saying that Capaldi encouraged her to sort of stand up and get into character. He was sort of rushing around pretending to press imaginary TARDIS buttons, and she was just sort of there, you know, gaping, trying to take it all in, which funnily enough was pretty much what the producers and Stephen Moffat were after. Another question that Capaldi and Mackie were asked was basically, do you have a favourite line from any of the Doctor Who episodes? Pearl Mackie said that her favourite line was from the first episode of season 10, the pilot, and the line was basically, my mum always said that with some people you can smell the wind in their clothes, and she reckoned that was just like a really, really great line. Funnily enough, Capaldi was hard pressed to come up with a favourite line, but in the end he said that he enjoyed his very first line in Doctor Who, which was basically, kidneys, I've got new kidneys. They were also asked by somebody, can you tell us about something interesting that happened backstage of Doctor Who? Mackie basically said that during the second episode of season 10, Smile, there was a scene where a whole bunch of extras had to pretend to be hibernating, and basically one actor fell asleep and started snoring to everyone's amusement. Capaldi said that an interesting moment that happened backstage on the set of the Zygon inversion from season 9 was when he was doing his really long speech, which he said was like about 6 pages long. They were trying to do it all in one continuous take. It turned out that the American ambassador to the UK was backstage, and he was really keen to check out behind the scenes of Doctor Who. Another question that Capaldi was asked, and this is an interesting one because there has been some speculation on the internet about whether Capaldi left Doctor Who of his own volition or whether he was sort of pushed out by the BBC. So the question that he was asked was basically, did you set out to try and break Tom Baker's record of 7 years playing the Doctor? Capaldi's answer was basically, no, I chose to leave of my own free will. In his opinion, the role of the Doctor had become much more intense, much more visible since Tom Baker's day. He was also saying that filming for a single season of Doctor Who takes up about 9 months of a calendar year. It was getting hard for him because shooting, of course, happened in Cardiff. but he and his family normally live in London. So he was basically saying that it was getting harder and harder for him to be away from home. Another really interesting question that was asked towards the end was, as an actor, when you step into a role, how much of that character becomes you? And when you go to leave that role, how much of the character remains with you? Pearl Mackie answered first, and she basically said that when she got the part of Bill, there were like really only 2 scenes written for Bill. So Bill was like a bit of a blank slate until Mackie stepped into the role, and Mackie felt that she sort of, I guess, made the role of Bill her own. Capaldi kind of, he pretty much agreed with Mackie's answer, and he made the point that you don't become the part becomes you. All in all, I could tell that Peter Capaldi and Pearl Mackie had a great rapport with each other. They were really upbeat, really positive. They also answered their questions in like a really kind and considerate fashion. I just got the sense that they were both actually really, really nice people in real life. So that's pretty much it for this video. It's still a few months to go before the new season of Doctor Who comes out. So if there is anything that you would like to see on this channel, please let me know. Please add your comments below, like and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm going to close now with a few more images of the parade the day after I went to Supanova. So enjoy, and I will see you next time. Purple Celery over and out.